So it is day 2. I've got 5 days left of this job before I leave forever. Today's Tuesday and it is an absolute beast of a day. It is pouring with rain. It is misty. It is cold. It's horrible. But we're off to Cheshire, working across Cheshire today, and we'll see whether or not we do better than what we did yesterday. All right, let's go. Roll the music. So here we go. We're online on a very wet, dismal one. In fact, we're not online yet. Let's get online now. Let's go online now. There we go. We're online right this second. And we're coming in, we're in Cuddington, starting off today in Cuddington, working Cheshire. Yesterday, of course, or in the last video, it was Southport and Formby, and a little bit of Burton Wood, or a very little bit of Burton Wood. But today it is Cheshire. So Cheshire in the rain and Cheshire in the wind, and it's Tuesday. So as yet, the app's ticking around. No jobs as yet, but hopefully that will change as the day wears on. It's midday, so today we're doing a midday till maybe 10, maybe 11, possibly 12. I'd say keep tuned. So here we are in the Baltic Triangle. So Cheshire didn't last long. Currently on 26:15, and we've been running exactly 2 hours. I've got to say as well, today the weather is absolutely filthy. So we're in Liverpool. We're in Liverpool city centre, Baltic Triangle. We're going to keep the filming of the road to a minimum today because the weather is just horrible. And the wipers are going crazy, and I know the wipers can drive you mad when you're watching it on film. So we're going to keep road through to a minimum and have more of this bit probably today. Well, it may change, you never know, it may change. There we go. Right, so we're in Liverpool city centre. Just alter the camera position there, Liverpool city centre. And yeah, the question is now though, am I going to go back to Cheshire? So from here, that's going to be the Wirral, or are we going to venture out towards North Liverpool? I'm not going to take work in the city centre because working here at any time, unless it's gone 10 at night, if you're working here this time of day, which is 2 o'clock in the afternoon, all you're going to get is jobs in the city centre, and it's pain because city centres are no longer really road friendly anymore, no car friendly anymore, because I've worked them all. I've worked Sheffield, Nottingham, Birmingham, Stoke, I've worked Preston, I've worked Manchester, I've worked them all, and they're all exactly the same. Nightmares to work in. So the trick is, and I avoid them at all costs until it's after 10 at night. After 10 at night, come in the city centre, you're perfectly fine. But before 10 at night, these places, for me, and for me only, my last week, so I'll never have to do it again after this week, work city centre. Well, what do you know, it has finally stopped raining. It's still grey outside though, and we're coming up now. This is the C4 flyover heading up towards Waterloo and Crosby. Now, I come out of the city centre, I went by the Bramley-Moore dock, home of the new Everton Stadium, logged back on again, and we've driven here with no work. So we're still on 26:15. And it is, surprisingly enough, for a Tuesday in January, very, very, very quiet. Just got a job here in Waterloo, literally 1 minute away for Justin, coming in on a 4.94 rating. He is going to Renegers Hospital just outside Ormskirk, and the job is £14, so £14 just to go up to Renegers, but that's going to put me into Lancashire. It's going to put me then very handy for Ormskirk, Bearscough, yet again Southport, and yet again Formby. Like deja vu, this. So here we are at Rennick's Hospital, and a £2 tip on that as well puts us up to £16 something. But let's do the breakdown of it now. So let's have a look here. What we got. So that was £2 tip on that. So the job was 14 something. Let's do the necessary. Right. Isn't this place tight with cars down here? Bloody hellfire. This is a tight old place down here, isn't it? This is a tight old place down here. I'll go that way. Yeah, there we go. So that took us to do 35 minutes. We travelled 12.1 mile, and it was £14.12. £2 tip, £16.12. My friends, travelling for 12 miles for 14 quid. Is that good? After 3, 1, 2, 3. No, it's not. It's shite. But that is Uber in 2025. So we're now in Rennick's Hospital, and now heading, well, back in Lancashire now, and back very, very close to Ormskirk, Bearscough, Southport and Formby. Will it be a rinse and repeat of yesterday? Well, keep tuned. Off we go again, on to our next job. 12 minutes away, 5.4 miles for Natalie, and she's coming in on a rating of 5. It's an £8 job, so we're picking up in Lee Crescent in Ormskirk, and it's going not that far away for 8 quid, but with Uber it could be going 8 miles. That's how it works now. These roads, my friends, these roads are some of the worst roads, because if I've got hyper smooth on the camera, it makes you won't really see it. But these roads are absolutely chronic. They are not steady. They are all subsiding. There's big craters in them. These roads shouldn't be allowed. I know they're country roads and country lanes, but of a night time you can't see where all these potholes are, and they are absolutely horrific. Because you could probably, if you're coming down here late at night, because it's pitch black down here late at night, you would probably not notice a lot of the subsidence on the roads, and it is an absolute nightmare. These roads are horrible. These roads should all be redone, resurfaced, because it's farmland and the tractors are on them. That'll never happen. Oh look, you don't see this every day, do you? Hey, how many times a day you're on temporary lights? Temporary lights rule our lives. So we went from Ormskirk, we got another one in Ormskirk, out here to where we are now in Rufford. That's where we are now, my friends, now in Rufford. So we're gonna head on the back roads towards Southport. Yes, it is very much like yesterday, or the last video, which if you're watching them back to back, or every couple of days when they're going to go out. This is the next one. This is part 2. My last Tuesday ever as an Uber driver. We're heading now, and private hire driver as well. I'll safely say to you now, my friends, I will never do this job again. 27 years in this seat, multiple cars. I've worked on 4 different companies in them 27 years. I've made some good money, I've made some poor money, I've had some great times, I've had some poor times, I've had some scary times, and I've had some hilarious times. So we're about to go into the rush hour now. It's now 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and we're on 64 pence. 6 trips for that as well, so we're averaging out what, £10 a trip in it, about that. So again, for a Tuesday, end of January, not great, but we're back to where we were yesterday, or the last video, which is back in Southport. So, like what I did yesterday, I will be stopping and dropping and stopping. So where I drop, I'll just wait for the next job. Where I stop, I'll wait for the next job, and that's how we're gonna do it. Hopefully it will be all right. I'm looking for about 150 today. And there were days when you go for 200 a day, 250 a day, 300 a day one time, but now on the platform, over the years, it is drifting and drifting on drifting and drifting. So yeah, so 27 years in the job. Oh, I'll tell you as well. I'll tell you more of this on Friday, but I'll tell you this now. When I first started doing this job in the late 90s, it was a Manchester airport from Liverpool was £18. Yes, £18. And back then, you didn't even have to get out your car. You could pull up outside the terminal building and wait in your car, and the customer would come out and see where you were. Just come out to the car. You put the boot up, and the case is in the back of the car, right outside the terminal door. I did that on Terminal 1 on numerous occasions. Who remembers that? Do you remember doing Manchester airports and picking up from the terminal door? You didn't even get out, can't speak. You didn't even have to get outside your car. Just sat in your car and they'd come to you. No going in with the board. Or sometimes, if there's a few of you there, you'd stick the board out the window and you just have that against the window with the person's name on it. God, those were the days. Right, we'll crack on into the evening rush hour, but before we do that, get some nose bag, and then we'll crack on. It's now 7 minutes past 4 on a Tuesday, my final Tuesday ever doing this job. What will this evening bring though? Or will I just stick around Southport doing £4 jobs? Keep tuned, my friends. This is the problem when you're working in rush hour. One little bump on the road and suddenly everything grinds to a halt, and you have to go offline because you're stuck here for at least 15 minutes. This is, my friends, this is the danger on the roads. This is the danger we face every single day when being on the roads. People trying to jump the lights, people driving too fast. This is what happens when drivers try and jump the lights. The junction we're coming down to now is not a good junction really, because it's people come out from the right to the garage from the left off the road and straight ahead on to the Formby bypass. But a lot of people at this junction jump the lights, and when you jump the lights in the dark, and especially when you're coming onto a very fast road, the Formby bypass is a 60-mile-an-hour road, 50-mile-an-hour road, and this is what happens when you try and jump the traffic lights. There we go. That's what happens when you jump the traffic lights. You end up crashing the car, hitting something, causing delays.
Twilight glow of a neon dream, we wrote a story in a moonlit beam. Every street corner, every late night bar held the echoes of who we are. The city was alive with electric blue, and every beat was a dance with you. But the stars have faded and the night is past, leaving behind a love that couldn't last. Neon memories where we used to be, and the vibrant light of a memory spree. We're lost in the glow of our yesterday, chasing the dreams that slipped away. The skylines changed and the lights have dimmed, but your laughter still plays like a distant hymn. We were colors in a fading display, not just echoes in the neon spray. I walk these streets where we used to dance, still searching for a fleeting chance. Though the night has turned to day, in my heart your memory will stay. Neon memories where we used to be, in the vibrant light of a memory spree. We're lost in the glow of our yesterday, chasing the dreams that slipped away. neon memories, where we used to be, in the vibrant light of a memory spree, lost in the glow of our yesterday, chasing the dreams that slipped away. Our memories, though the night is gone, you'll be the light.
So that's Tuesday done, my friends. On the way home again, back in the tunnel. 112.15 is what we took, and our paid mileage for that was 65 miles and 25. 65.25 was our paid mileage for 112.15. We'll do it again tomorrow.